was you. I should have known. After all, only the courier of the Mojave could have accomplished all. You know, when we first met, there was a voice in the back of my head telling me. I ignored that voice. Because I did, the frontiers turned against us. There's no way we can win now. We've made sure of it. But if I can at least kill you, then maybe their deaths will have meant something. Not yet. I'm not here for him. I'm here for you. Don't worry. He's next. There's a cave on the side of the mountain that leads right into the dungeon. It's supposed to be impossible to climb, but the wolf pack made their name on doing the impossible. I know, but there isn't much left to go back to anyway. Blackthorn. No. He'd want me to hide away in a bunker. There was a time when I looked up to him. Thought he was a great man. For all his talk about the evils of Kimball, he's no different. They're both warmongers, both more interested in proving that they're right, rather than doing what's right. The only difference is that Blackthorn cares, and that might make him even worse. Everything that's happened to us, everything we've lost, never did find the body, but why would you? Fine. But if I find out you've hurt her...
What is it? You're sure? Good. Help me carry him to the roof.
Left or right?
If you're going to kill me, just do it already.
No. I want you to suffer. And I want everyone here to witness your suffering.
Legion, when we came here, this was to be a simple conquest. No more difficult than that of the Twisted Hairs. But it has taken years. Years of pain and sacrifice. Many of you were not with us when the Legion first laid claim to this land.
Many of you were bleeders or snowblind, aimless until you found the Legion. Others are from Brighttown, victims of Blackthorn's pride. Many others are those who simply saw the purity of Kaisar's order. I've asked much of you these last few years. But now, with this man's death, there will be no one left for Blackthorn to hide behind. When they fall, we will be vindicated. We will be victorious. We will stand tall as Legion. That's enough. He's ready for the cross.
As he dies, so does the spirit of the bear. They'll consolidate what little they have left in Camp New Phoenix, preparing themselves for their last stand. It's almost over now, Courier. All that's left is to tie up loose ends. Then speak. Let your voice be heard.
it! What have you done? This Legion isn't like the one in the south. It's disorganized, undisciplined. It needs a leader. It needs me. You've just destroyed everything we've worked for. Everything I've worked for.
Not that it matters now. The damage is done, and my life is forfeit. The only question is, how will you kill me?
I wouldn't ask for anything else.
Put them on the cross.
We'll put your body to the cross.
Well, that happened. I actually liked the gate, but after what you said, forget I said anything, sorry. Rancor wants to talk to you again. He didn't tell me why this time, just gave me this address. Not too weird. Here you go. I'll head to New Phoenix with the others now. See you there.
Courier, Dola's told us you left the frontier. He's downstairs at Blackthorn. I understand you want to see him, but we must take the terminal, or we'll lose the battle. All of the NCR's high-ranking officers are there. They're coordinating the troops. If we kill them, the battle's basically won. We will follow you, Courier.
can't do this!
I already have.
Think of everyone out there.
I assure you, I've put more thought into them more than you ever have.
Tiberius, please.
Shut up, Elias. I couldn't stop this even if I wanted to.
They would hate what you've become.
I know.
Damn it!
You're here? Of course you're here. I should have expected this. I was hoping you would leave. Let me do what I have to. Guess I wasn't that lucky. Why? To change things. The NCR is broken, killing themselves trying to hold the Mojave, all while House crushes everyone under his boot. Blackthorn wasn't any better. He wanted to take things back to the old days, but they were just as bad. Look at Reno. Meanwhile, the Legion is a bunch of whiny preteens following a guy who's gonna keel over any minute now. Blackthorn and Valerius tried to fix their nations, but you can't fix what's fundamentally broken. You need to start over. War never changes because people don't. But I can make them change. I'll march south, wipe the slate clean. I'll build a brand new nation. A nation where you don't have to worry about endless wars. A nation that's free of corruption and weakness. Once you're dead, anyway. No, it's different. They were built on old principles. My nation will be new. It'll be better. If people don't understand, we'll force civilization on them. It's the only way. Junk flavin'. But that's the same as everything that came before. All this for nothing. Everything I've sacrificed. The things I've done. Too many people died for this. I have to balance the scales. Good luck, courier. Whatever flag you follow. Because if you're not careful, they'll eat you alive.
The camp is ours. The NCR is broken.
No, at first I just wanted a good way to die. Then I tried to work with the Enclave. Then we found the Liberator. Then, of course, I met you. The Legion, and whatever's left of the Exiles. Blackthorn called it the Liberator. It was some pre-war superweapon no one could get working. He planned to use it to take over the NCR. I'm going to use it to wipe them off the map. The vast majority of them aren't true believers. They'll follow whoever's in charge, and that's me. Help me? Why? my thoughts exactly. I thought you'd try to stop me, but this is good. Working alone, I had a 50-50 chance, but working together, no one can stop us. Thank you.
The camp is ours. The NCR is broken.
Good. Tell the men to start prepping for a march south.
Yes, sir.
You can feel it, can't you, Courier? It's a new day. Let's make the most of it.
And so came to an end the courier's exploits in the frontier. The skies darkened over the wasteland as the Liberator rained fire over NCR, Legion, and anyone else Rancor decided wasn't worth saving.
Kaisar will fall right after you.
Is ours. The NCR is broken. Ave.
And so came to an end the courier's exploits in the frontier. The Legion's victory over the NCR exiles proved to be short-lived. Without Valerius's leadership, the Northern Legion quickly fell to infighting and civil war. Valerius's generals and subordinates would carve up the territory, becoming little more than warlords. Though the frontier would be considered a part of Kaiser's empire, in truth, the Legion holds no real power there. By the end of the Civil War, Calidus had amassed the largest and most powerful of the Legion factions. Though Calidus was more than content with his current position, he could only ever see the frontier's lost potential. After the fall of New Phoenix and their blasphemous alliance with the Legion, most of the Crusaders returned to Utah. Those who remained were soon enslaved or killed. Per the courier's previous agreement, Clemens was spared this fate and, instead, chose to take his own life. In the aftermath of the final battle, Longinus had gathered a small but loyal following of initiates and former trainees. Their faction held an edge above others thanks to their pristine weapons and unmatched fighting skill. They were poised to take over the frontier until a chance encounter with a vengeful Scav left them dead in the snow. Though their weapons were sharp and strong, they could not overcome a simple shotgun. As per Voss's plan, Prodigal Station went up in smoke not long after the courier left. The robots of Underland perished with the station, their last thoughts being worry. They wondered whether or not the great Voss had made it out in time. Upon the fall of New Phoenix, all pretenses of Junk Flea being an independent holding were done away with. The slums were meticulously purged, and everyone else was given the choice of leaving or becoming a Legion citizen. Some resented the Legion for their overbearing governance and their harsh punishments. Others felt that the discipline they brought was long overdue. With Tag dead, there was no one to keep the slums under control. The crime in the slums soon spilled out into the rest of Junk Flea, driving law-abiding citizens away while simultaneously drawing in criminals. Junk Fleet would soon become known as the center of organized crime in Portland. With no guardian to protect them, the Church of Eternal Life was quickly wiped out by violent outsiders in search of their treasure. Irvington continued to prosper, even as more and more people began to grow sick. After years of suffering and dozens dead, Dr. Pavis finally created a cure for the disease. With the plague ended, Irvington would grow to rival Junk Fleet in size and influence, becoming a beacon of civilization in Portland. Salt Town continued to be prosperous, but some years after the war, mutated ants flooded out of the mine, destroying the town. Salt Town was soon abandoned, its ruins left to the ants. The Trocali didn't think anything could stop the party. The Courier did. After years of scams, Smokes finally messed with the wrong customer. The Courier dished out some wasteland justice upon him and his cohorts. As he died on the floor of the Green Ferry, so too did the secret to the best absinthe in the frontier. Though Dr. Hurt understood that the Courier only did as the last Pathfinder had asked, he still felt as though he had failed his old friend. Dr. Hurt would leave the frontier and connect with a followers chapter. There he used his medical knowledge to prevent an outbreak of syphilis. Though he was hailed as a hero, this did little to assuage Hurt's conscience. Though Quentin and the others were dead, Sanctuary's radio message would continue to broadcast on a loop. Hopeful robots would arrive only to discover the scrap the Courier had left behind. Many years ago, Joseph Dragg had walked into the wasteland in search of death. He found it, followed the Courier. Jolene would never accept Legion rule. She had helped destroy the Brotherhood. The Legion would be little challenge. Her years of experience with NCR Special Forces made her a walking nightmare if she chose to be. Sniper rifle laid across her lap, she lifted a .308. Jolene's eyes narrowed upon the rifle round. Even if they died bullet by bullet, she'd make the Legion live in fear until she breathed her last. Though just a young adult, America's life was cut short. Another soul lost to the unforgiving frontier. Though he would never truly forgive himself for Sarah's death, Lot was soon able to face the bright light ahead. Through his time with the Courier, he had come to terms with the death of his only family and slipped peacefully into the darkness. Just as your robot is accepted into the Legion, the Northern Legion disintegrates. Disheartened but not discouraged, your robot forms their own faction which manages to survive the Civil War. He establishes a strong foothold in the region, which he names after you. Wrench was happier than she thought she would be when the Courier gave the Scabs independence. Though the war was over, problems caused by the war remained. Problems that Wrench hoped to solve. She made a lot of mistakes along the way. A lot of people died. But she did something right, and that was enough for her. And so it came to an end. The Courier's magnum opus, a final adventure to the unknown. The road to Hoover Dam now lay before the Courier, an empty slate to be carved. Because war never changes.
Get your candy, cigarettes, and snacks here. All your needs for our trip to fabulous New Vegas. What else is an out-of-work candy girl to do? Besides, this is a better living than you'd think, and I don't worry about some jerk asking for a cut. That aside, you know it's a long way to New Vegas, right? It's a long trip to New Vegas, so make sure you have enough snacks to last the whole trip.